Hi, I'm Lynn and I'm going to walk you through my herbal journal. And this herbal journal is my journey along with others who are pursuing the herbal course with me. Um, and it's just really to give you an idea and share perhaps some of the techniques that you might like to adapt or include in your own journal. Journals are different for everybody who uses them, and people use them for lots of different purposes. Obviously, the purpose of this journal is in reflecting the journey through your own getting to know herbs, understanding herbs, and working and walking with herbs. So, to start off with, my journal is around a narrative. And for me, it started with a journey last year when I was doing some sketches, and one of the sketches was of a little creature sitting on a tree. I was worrying about the state of nature and what we could do about it and where we were going to go with that. So this seemed to be a very good place to start the journey. So this is where it all began. And here he is, sitting on the branch, saying, "They're killing nature. What are we going to do about it?" And his little natural friend shouts back, "Fight back." I then introduced Luca, and Luca is the oracle, originally made from a stamp by Lavinia. She brought through lots of messages about how we can work together to help save the earth. And with her, she brought a friend who is the Fey gardener, and he actually appeared in a piece of artwork that I shall tell you about later. His name is Toriensuasus Rerus, and that is an anagram for turn or erasus, which is probably where we are with the nature kingdom right now. Anyway, she brought through some words and a message. Here is the picture of Torien, as we'll call him, for our narrative. And these are the words that Luca brought through. This is the message that she sent to us all. She spoke of times now changing. She spoke of nature's loss. She spoke of the need never having been so great as it is right now to work together to save this planet, which is shared by so many realms. For those who are willing to listen, to hear, for those who are willing to see, to look, she will support you. She will carry you through your very special journey. A journey of new experience, a journey of discovering how nature can help and heal. And she's also sent a staff along, which was the little bookmark that you just saw, to support us on that journey, and also Torian, who is here, who is the Fey Herbal Garden, to support us in the work that we're doing on the herbal course. Now this picture is a Nika dye picture, and they appear throughout my journal, and I'll explain a little bit more as we go through. On this page we've got the first of the meditation cards. These are ATCs, or art trading cards, and the size is always the same, 2.5 inches by 3.5 inches. It's one of my own photographs, and as you look into it you can see the shapes of the little nature spirits around. It's a hibiscus, and also you can see that with the camera, but it's got like little dewdrops or raindrops on it, and this is a special glassy accent effect that I've put on there. And that card is to meditate with and to get our own inner messages from what the nature spirit are telling us. Now this is I like to call them fairy kisses, but what they actually are little messages from the fairy kingdom of lots of different things that you can do, lots of little projects that you can do that will help save the planet at this time. A little bit difficult to see what I'm doing in getting this one out here, so just bear with me a second. I'm wrestling around the sides of a tripod while I'm filming this. But when we look inside, and as I've tried to colour coordinate them throughout the journal, they all have a different secret little message from the fairy realm, with what we can do to say thank you for the help and insights that they're giving us with working with the herbs. So as we get into this one, get to unravel this one, we can see that it says this one's quite simple: grow a vegetable or a fruit and cook with it. So it's actually honouring nature and working with nature and using it in that way, rather than perhaps throwing out unused plastic wrapped vegetables from the supermarket. And as I say, there's lots of these little projects, all different throughout the journal. This little pocket I've put on with cardstock, and again it reflects the theme of hibiscus, for us to write the notes or ideas perhaps from our meditation, cardstocks from the works. Here we've got a die cut, that's from the Tim Holtz range of leaves, and I've used Distress Oxides to colour that. And here's a little notebook that I've made, stamped a mint on there, and that's from the Hackney and Company Herbarium range of stamps and cardstock, which are beautiful, and I use that in this journal. In fact, the little pocket there is made from their card. Now, this one coming up now, the leaves, this is taken from the herb projects that come out to you each month, and I've shrunk the size down a little bit and put it onto a tag, just so that it would go into your field book to take out with you and to be able to write any notes or pop alongside as you work with the different types of leaves. Obviously, understanding the anatomy and physiology of leaves is an important part of our herbal course, and you'll need to cover that should you want the accreditation part of it. Now here we go, this was a leaf that was on my meditation bench under my silver birch in the garden. A journey to inspire and guide others who choose to walk with us at this time. And this was a leaf that was left on my bench, and as I looked at it, it was amazing. I could see faith in there. I know it was a message from Tyrian, the Herbal Fae gardener. And as you move it in the light, you can see lots of different things, probably not so well in the camera here, but I can see little teaching groups and people learning about herbs on that, which is what he's here to help us with. Put that in a little pocket. Here we have a little glassine bag to hold a leaf. This one's a skeleton leaf, it's a craft leaf, very, very fine and a bit difficult to see and get into focus here, but you can see all the veins in that leaf and all the little fibres, and so you might find or press and want to keep a little leaf, so these little glassine bags offer you an opportunity to do that. Right, now what we've got here, another one of the what I call the fairy kisses, a little project. And in the little pocket we have got, again following on with the theme of leaves, this is the leaves message from Pat's Garden Oracle cards, and within the little card itself it's got the meaning and significance of leaves, that they are thoughts, that they are experiences that we let go of and undergo change. So that's just there. Around the edge I've cut all the shapes and put some distress oxide with green distress oxide on there, just to give them that impression and to look like leaves. So these little pockets, of course, you can pop things in, you can move them in and out, whatever. Now going on to the lavender, we've got here a little lavender meditation with a little notepad to put some words that you might get in there. That's part of the first month's pack, and you'll be receiving one of those, and I shall explain more about that. Here we've got a page from an old herb journal that I've put some decoupage on, and again put distressed oxide on there. And what we've got here is the journey of lavender. These are photographs that I took a few years ago when I went to Jersey Lavender Fields, when I was on a course there. And the story of coming from the fields and the place that I got it from, the beautiful lavender honey as well, and very special honey that is too, and how they extract the oils and make them, because the volatile oils in the plant, and once they're extracted they become the essential oils, and essential oils, very high quality oils of lavender, are very good. Here are the actual lavender flower heads themselves that have been dried, little specimen bag with some in there. You'll be sent some on your course, and of course you can make those into little herbal pillows. This is the essential oil itself, and yeah, I was trying to do this from behind the tripod, so a little bit difficult to get on and off, but just to give you an experience of how beautiful that lavender oil is. Oh, I'm trying to get back in there. Yeah, that's it. You know, it's wonderful the way it can be used in so many different ways. Lavender is probably one of the most diverse herbs that we can work with, and the different parts of it work so wonderfully in different ways. So our first herb of the month is lavender, of course. Right, now this is one of the eco dye pictures, and I use these. You will be getting copies of these as well. And here we've got Tyrian, the herbal fae, in his herbal garden, alongside another project to do, and again some stamping which I've coloured in, leaving plenty of space for your own notes, of course. This is a simple drawing that I did to explain a plant's energy field and how it works with different levels in different ways holistically. Another beautiful eco dye picture. These narratives in the pictures are a story for you to work and write your own narrative. I've included tracing paper so that you can copy things that you might find or want to keep. Here we've got some herbs, and we've got fennel here. Fennel tea is a wonderful, wonderful thing for trapped wind, digestive problems. Oh, it's lovely, and it tastes nice. It tastes really nice without even adding honey to it. So I've included seeds in my herbal, and obviously they depend upon the time of the year in which they can be used and planted. And a hidden paper clip there with paper stock. Right, another little project. This paper is lovely. This is hand pressed paper, and we'll look at making that with petals in it. Another little project, still with lavender. These are lavender information tags that I've made, and I've put some embellishments on there. I do work with jewellery, and I'll talk about this as we go through the pack, because I've included some of that in here. There's the little bee and some polymer lavender, and some information from an old herb book on how we use lavender. Little hand-drawn illustrations there, just to make the point. Going back to talking about the jewellery, we use that in the Pat's Garden concept of lifescaping, of course, to give us focused intention and attention to what we're doing. And we can get that through the journal, so there are opportunities to use what's included as jewellery, as key rings or bracelets or necklaces, and that little pack comes with the herbarium. And again, more information from second-hand books and old books from car boots and charity shops that I've used and put together into the herbal. It's amazing the synchronicity of finding those. Again, another little notebook, beautiful piece of ribbon. Thank you, Maureen, who gave me that. Again, going back to the jewellery, this is a grape hyacinth that comes out in the spring with the bluebells. Used for hemorrhoids, and of course energetically this is a condition whereby it's difficult to move forward and difficult to stay in the same position. So the Lifescape jewellery is the focus of attention for helping us when we're in difficult situations. There's a pressed flower of what that is, again from Maureen, and thank you for that. And here's another one that I've actually pressed and put between Maureen pressed it, thank you, put between two microscope slides and silver soldered this piece, you can see it there under the camera, for using as a piece of focused intention. Life jewellery, we call it, jewellery.life. Is the website that explains all that. So that's included in the herbarium to work with the vibrational energy of the plants as well. Again, another little tuck-in for notes that you might want to add, or leaves or pressed flowers you might want to put in there. They're good to glassine bags to leave. And here we come on to marigold, some marigold flowers. Marigold at a glance information tag. We've got a hand drawing there. Calendula means the first day of the month, surprise, surprise. Some ribbon from the local fabric market. And again, just a little bit of information on how you can use calendula or marigold, tagetes and marigolds, in different ways. This is backed up by another information tag, which I've tried to coordinate, along with the fairy kiss there, little project to open and do, to say thank you to our nature friends. And again, we've got some hand-drawn illustrations there, and accentuated the colour with distress oxides around pages from the old herbal medicine book, and again embellished it with some of that lovely ribbon that I got from our local fabric market, which they have on Tuesday afternoons. That is always good for colour matching and rummaging for things to put in a journal. Again, a lovely piece of the narrative eco dive for you to meditate with and put your own narrative story together. This is about herbal teas and infusions, tisanes. I've included here a lovely little sachet holder for tea. This is from VectoriaDesigns, and one of her giveaway pieces. She has a lovely Etsy shop listing, which is Vectoria with an E Designs, which is well worth looking for ideas. With this, of course, we've got the chamomile oil. Now, this section, as we move on to chamomile, was inspired by the Chamomile Lawn, a wonderful little novel. We've got chamomile oil, like the lavender oil, just to experience what that wonderful smell is. That's organic Roman chamomile in there, which is lovely. And of course, you will have these oils in your monthly packs. So one of my photographs, as I say, inspired by this book, and some dried flowers to give you the idea of it, and the dried herbs which you make the tea from, and a piece of jewelry.life jewelry, just to remind us as focused attention and intention when we wear that on our key ring or bracelet or necklace. Necklace is probably safer. It's one of those little tiny doll's house pieces, and I've put resin in there and dried chamomile to make that little piece of life focused jewellery. So again, little notebook, little embellishments, ephemera in there, another fairy project, and again another one of the pages that I've really enjoyed colour matching, and this is the page on chamomile. And it wasn't possible to cut that bit off the top without losing some of the information, so that's all available. And these little information pages are just tuck-ins to the little pouches in the book. You can use them in any way that you want, but it's handy when you come by those things, and you can change them around as you go through the course. We've also there got some chamomile seed. This is one I designed. The template was freely downloadable from the internet to make seed packets, so a little bit on lawn chamomile there, and some seeds in the packet, and how to make it. So no excuse now, and there's another little fairy kiss project to do. This again, a piece of life jewellery. This is a wood burning or pyrography of the chamomile plant. This next page is about cherries, and I was minded to take cherries for health. They can be used in many ways, and this little poem was taken from a book by Felix Dennis, a book of poetry which I got from a charity shop, and just seemed so meaningful at the time. Tales of the Wood by Felix Dennis, yeah, and I've also put some washi tape along the side just to decorate it. In terms of life jewellery, focused attention and intention, we've got some cherries there, so that would come off. They've all got little lobster connectors with. Little card, put our own personal recipes on, but those connectors will come easily off where they are in the journal, and they will fit on a chain charm bracelet. Bottle top charms, another way of doing it. You see the little connector there that I mentioned, the lobster claw connector. This is a picture I took of cherry blossom, and just scaled it down in Photoshop to that size and put it into a bottle top. Reminds us to recycle, but it makes a lovely piece of little jewellery or keyring. And it comes with this little research folder which is velcroed in there, and a magnet, so we've got all our information and research on cherries, and that will go with our recipes which we've got on the little doily on the other page. Close it up with a little magnetic catch which we can put the bottle top on and keep it all together. Whoops, if we manage to find the right place where the magnet is, of course. Again, more tracing paper, and this is a tea page again from VectoriaDesigns. Bergamot, which is same as Earl Grey. It's what gives a Earl Grey tea its flavour. Some more of that lovely paper from Hackney and Company. And what have we got here? But yes, peppermint. Some information. Obviously, the mint seeds are there. You can get such a variety now of mint that they're wonderful. So here we've got another wood burning, and this is going into the autumn picnic side of things. That's a chanterelle mushroom. This is a gold doily with a die cut on, and a wood burning mushroom up there. So we've got a lot more to add on that as the year progresses. Again, just space for more notes, herb collecting. And obviously you've still got a long way to go with this journal. Now this piece here is an insert. It's not attached there, but it will slot into it, and here we've got a whole range of herbal nature charms that can be detached and put on the charm bracelet for focus, attached to a piece of lovely white English lace there I got off the market. Old English lace, recycled. And this little, again, it's just for inserts, putting information on, and a little notepad in there. It's graph paper, so you can do designs or sketches quite accurately in there, and just keeps everything safely together with the hidden paper clip here. So yes, that's just a separate little insert that we've got, and of course you can change them around with your herb. Again, another little hidden project that we can do to say thank you to and help the nature realm, and blank spaces where I've got a lot to do on garden visitors, and isn't that lovely paper with hand petals in, hand-picked petals and things in, herbarium paper. And now we're going to the area of garden designs, and they can be on a windowsill or in your garden. A nod here to Potting Shed, which is our website, which contains all our herbal information together, and to the apothecary chest, which we'll be talking about, how to plan your own garden, set your own garden out, some ideas for designs, what goes together, and what you need to be able to put that together. So as I say, still a lot more work to do. This is a decoupage of a napkin that I've put in really towards the end of the book. And the end of the book, again, there's space within the binding for further insertions that we can look at. So very much a work in progress, as you can see. So looking at some of those field notebooks now, here's a couple of them. This one showing you the back of it first. It's like a faux suede, the way it's covered. Again, die cut, Tim Holtz die cut, and it's about leaves really. On the inside, you've got this lovely die cut there, and a little space for this belongs to me. Charm for the bracelet, and hand stamp and hand illustrated leaf motif there, and different types of paper there. At the back, got some fabric just on the back page there, which is reminds us of leaves. And again, that's too small. It can be taken out on a herbal walk, and then stored in your journal. Now this one was a drawing, just a doodle that I did trying out a new pen called Elegant Writer. This is how the fairy realms see our world now, and it was quite a dystopic, apocalyptic landscape really, with the technique with this pen, and I just highlighted it with a little colour. and it does say on the back, what can I do about it? Now, this is one of my happy accidents. When I was putting this together with the cord thread, I realised that it just looked like little trees on the landscape, so not on the bottom, it's like the roots of the tree, and that little happy accident of fraying worked out quite well. But there we go, blank pages, just to put your own ideas and thoughts in how you want. And there's another one of the eco pictures. So if we can scan in a little bit with the camera, if it'll focus, we can see that within these eco dye pictures, so they're all natural little faces and beings pop in and out. So we can write our own narrative, we can do our own meditations with them and write our own narrative and creative stories around our work with herbs and how it relates to nature and how it helps working with nature. So I look through this, I can see lots of little faces and figures and beings emerging from the beautiful natural patterns that the leaves and plants have created on the paper as I made them. So we will be looking at eco-dyeing in the course as we go through it. So they're just a couple of little books. As I said, it's all very much a work in progress at the moment. I hope you've enjoyed this kind of little walk through the journal, and obviously I'll be looking forward to sharing ideas with you all later. Yeah, thank you for your time. Thank you for taking this walk with me, and we'll go on now to look at some other ideas really of things that we're going to use to help us in the course. Thank you.